Well, their mission is simple, to help people pay less for their electricity, plus a few other things. But here now, sponsoring our segment today from Sangamon Solar, we have Christian Hopkins and Brendan Jewsbury hanging out with us. Guys, thank you so much for coming. Sponsoring our segment today, when it comes to solar energy and solar panels and all of that, we need to talk net metering. There are some changes taking place, is that right?
Yeah, so net metering is changing in a couple different ways. But the easiest way to understand it would be you're giving them one, they're giving you one as of right now. At the end of the year, it's changing to a lower rate. So as opposed to getting what you're giving, it's no longer going to be that way. So it is incentivizing people to go sooner as opposed to at the end of the year is when the deadline is. And that allows people to make that decision now as opposed to next year.
So is now the time to jump on going solar?
If you've been on the fence for the last few years, I would say now is the time to jump on. Try and get on before the end of the year. That is the best way to ensure that you're going to receive these benefits, yes. There
are other incentives, yes, Christian? Or is that kind of like the big one?
Yeah, so there's a lot of deceptive marketing out there right now, basically saying that if you don't get in before the end of the year, all of these incentives are going away. You're not going to get your money back on your solar system. That's not quite true. Net metering is still going to be around. It's just switching to a different model, basically called net billing, where you're not getting a one-to-one credit, but there are still going to be net metering benefits, which are benefits from your utility company, them giving you credit back on your energy bill. But there are other credits that are still going to be around, other incentives. So the Illinois level incentive is basically you're getting paid for your carbon credits. That's still going to be around, and the federal tax credit will still also be there. So even if you don't get in by the end of the year, which we still have space on our construction schedule, you still could get in and still lock in those net metering benefits. There will still be good incentives there in 2025 and onward.
Now, let's say someone invested in solar. Maybe they thought they were getting an incentive and then it never kind of came to fruition. Can you help people with that?
Absolutely, yeah. So there have been a lot of scammers in this industry. And so there have actually been a lot of companies who have promised a lot as far as getting your carbon credits and getting your incentives. And then customers have either, it's been a really long time and they never got them, or it took a really long time to get them, or they just straight up didn't get them. The companies went out of business and they became what are called stranded customers. And so we have been one of the vendors who have really been trying to get people their money as quickly as possible. We're getting ready to cross the threshold of having distributed over $500,000 in carbon credits to our customers. And so we're really excited about that. And to give them credit, Illinois Shines has been processing applications much more quickly this program year. They've been staffing up and doing a really good job. So credit where credit is due.
Yeah, Brendan, why do you think it is the more people are going solar and taking advantage of these incentives?
Yeah, I think people are starting to understand the benefits that go into solar power. I mean, 5-year payback periods are something that are pretty common to get in this area. So people are starting to understand what's going into that. The initial investment that may cost to start up is outweighing the long-term effects.
So if people choose you, Sangamon Solar, are they buying the panels? Are they renting the panels? How does that work with you all?
Yeah, so you're buying the panels, whether it be cash or a financed option. We don't do any rentals. We don't do any sort of power purchase agreements. It's all owning of the panels, and that's the end goal.
What if someone did get scammed, or they purchased panels from a business that now has unfortunately closed, gone out of business? Are you able to jump in there and save the day?
Yeah, and we really encourage homeowners to want to take ownership of their own energy, and we love when people do make that decision. It's always really unfortunate when they choose a company who isn't very reputable, and they seem reputable on their face, but then they end up getting hung out to dry, basically. And so we've been processing applications in Illinois Shines for long enough now that we're one of the main vendors who can help out these stranded customers. So if you or somebody else has been told that they were going to get certain incentives, they didn't receive them, we can help you get that across the finish line and get you your money.
Yeah, well, it looks like you're getting rave reviews there on Google and online. So if people are interested, maybe they want to learn a little bit more about going solar, choosing you guys, what's the best way for them to do that?
Go to our website, fill out a submission online, give us a call. Either way, somebody will come out to your house and give you an estimate and be able to talk to you. So I would say the website is probably the best way to get a hold of us.
Then you can get the ball rolling. Well,
absolutely.
Thank you all so much for coming. Interesting things happening in the world of solar. And if you want to learn more about Sangamon Solar, who we appreciate sponsoring our segment today, we'll connect you with them at ciLiving.tv.